So the thing is, Ta-lib is a binary library actually, written on C, and there is a Python wrapper over it, so we can use that things in our Python project. And another pain is when you actually use Jupyter Notebook, uh, that things is not helping helping you to actually install and work with Ta-lib. That's why Ta-lib needs a very much different approach to start working. So the thing is, so let's if you don't have PyCharm, you for that particular setup you need PyCharm. You need to download PyCharm and set up it. And definitely I am using Python 10 to show you that things. I think download the latest version what you have, that process will work. And you see the create virtual environment. You need virtual environment to start with, and nowadays PyCharm actually create virtual environment easily, and it understand every time you start a project you need all those things. That is very important for start working with that things. So after preparing your virtual environment, run that thing. See, it's say hello, hi PyCharm. If it's say hi PyCharm, you are good to go. So the second thing is, I am showing you that for Windows only. So let me show you. Let me grab some code from my other repository. So I can do that things very easily. Uh, Okay, that repository messed up. Let me get that code from GitHub. So, you know, they told us now no module name Ta-lib. So you need Ta-lib. So how you get that things? So if you go to Ta-lib and as the library or the documentation suggests, if you go to the documentation, installation and troubleshooting, how you, so it's the pip install Ta-lib. Let's do that things. If you go to your terminal and you see that's a PowerShell terminal, you have to use the command prompt. So you see BNB, that means that BNB, and that means PowerShell. It will go directly to your local Python installation. You don't want that. You always need to BNB. So okay. So let's make a pip install Ta-lib. So if you do that things, it's try to cache the TGA tar, and it will try to unpack it because it's a tar file, and then it will try to build a wheel with that things and install backend dependency, because making a tar making a wheel need some dependencies, and it's install the dependencies and it's collecting numpy, because you need numpy and other library to build that wheel, and then you can install the Ta-lib library. But in that case you don't have that things, that's why it is unable to do that things. So what you will do, there is Python unofficial library. And uh, the website link is edu link UCI edu ifd.uci edu. How you find that things? You just type Ctrl F and write TALIB. So that will find the library. So now we are working with the 10 Ta-lib 10 AMD 64 architecture. So you will download the wheel, that one, that's for 3.8 and that's for 32. And if you use 3.8 or 3.7 based on your Python version, you need to download the Ta-lib wheel. So in my case it's 3.10 and I am using 3.10. You see there 3.10 VNV, you will find the things here. So and it's very tiny, when I click that things is download, it's very tiny, it's take just 1-2 seconds to download that things. So what we will do, you can navigate here, but the best things will be copy it and paste that things in your repository, inside your repository. See, and now you can say pip install and write the whole name. So it will be difficult to write the whole name, so you can just type TA, then click tab in your keyboard, then it will write the whole things and then enter. Okay, 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 so let's run it. So I think it's need the panda also, because panda come with the numpy library. It's need numpy to install it. So let's install panda first. And when you want to install something, you just copy that things and pip install panda. So panda is big, you see. There is lot of wheel, there is numpy, there is pytz, there is some other library, and panda come with lot of things actually, and it is big. It is actually 10 megabyte. It's a very big uh, library in terms of other library. So it will take some time to collect that repository and do the things. Um, yeah, so it's quick. Let's try to install the wheel. Okay, so maybe it's come from the 2. So you see there is a, so the 2, let's go to the file and edit the file. Actually, let's see. Let's explore the, yeah, so it's navigate me in the PyCharm library, and so before I edit that things, I need to see another things. You see there is indexing. So even though I install all the library, it's not quite finish its indexing. So when it finish its indexing, I might want to do another pip install tlib things. So it's finish its indexing. Let's do the tlib wheel things again. Okay. Okay, let's correct the name. Let's just rename that thing so I can get rid of that space actually. So space, it's not good. Install ta, enter. Okay, now see, you don't have that things. See, now create, enter, and now you install tlib. So you see there is lot of difficulties, not just not just the command itself. You can make mistakes anywhere. You can do that double spend things. You can have a space inside there, and another things. A requirement already satisfy numpy. If you already don't install numpy, it cannot install tlib. So before you install tlib, you might have to do all those things. So now there is panda. So let's import panda. So panda, and now you can run main. Okay, to see the things. So it's a good error, but I want to fix that things also, because you know I need that two particular things to show you other things. So I need that API calling file. I will explain it later what it is, but let's say that's the file is responsible for uh, the API things, what helped me to bring the data from Binance, the stock and trading data, and it's not really a big file, but if you run that things now, if you run main, it will give you another error. Probably Binance module is not there, so I will install that things also, because it will not going to take that much time. a it will not going to take that much time, and I have to show you that things because it's Python Binance. There is a Binance package for their things, but in that project we use Python Binance. That's a very old and sophisticated project. This is an unofficial wrapper for Python X and REST API, so it's unofficial wrapper. So okay, if you do that things, pip install Binance, then it will collect the wheel and it will install the necessary things, and I don't think it will take a lot of time to do that things. Yet it will install a lot of things like RJX, regular expression in the request library, WebSocket, lot of things. Okay, so you see the indexing is happening, and indexing is very important. What is sometimes difficult for VS Code or other things what you might use to run your library on repository. So now if I go to the main and run that things, it should uh, it should give you the things you want, lot of data, but still it needs matplotlib to plotting that things, and I just stop that, and I'm going to install that things also, matplotlib. Because you need all those things to prepare your environment and start your technical analysis using Ta-lib, because you know the environment is very much different from other environment. When you actually use Google Colab or Jupyter Notebook, essentially you already have uh, the matplotlib, the panda, uh, you already have in that things in your repository, and every time you install something it's indexing and it prepare your environment. But in that case, because of Ta-lib, you need to install all those things, so you can start your journey. And it's my job to show you to prepare your environment very well. So if you run that things now, that might run it hassle free, and um, it should give you a plot, but in that case it didn't, but it's okay not to give you that things. So now you prepare your environment completely, and we have just another file to go, which is the Jupyter Notebook file, because you see, if you want to run that Jupyter Notebook file, let's say you create that things and you just grab the first block of code. So the things you need to do, you need to write Jupyter Notebook, the run total environment. So if you go to terminal and if you write Jupyter Notebook, so if you do that things, it should work. Okay, and that is your file. Okay, so that is your file. You can start writing, or um, you can just grab the code. Okay. So it's horrible. I made some mistakes, so it should not tell you it's a py file. So okay, refactor. Okay. So now it will work just fine, like a Jupyter notebook file. Okay. So the thing is, if you want to do Jupyter notebook things, uh, you need another things to install inside PyCharm. So let me show you that things. uh, in the requirement, you will there is a Jupyter notebook library actually. So you need to go to plugins, and there is okay, let me find it in my another the project I already work with, so I can give you the um, hint about that particular things. Okay, so it must be in the not in the it must be in the uh, uh, inside the package, Python package. So okay, so if I type Jupit Jupyter, let's see what is tell me. It's loading the uh, description. It is taking some time. Let's do the things in here. Settings, project, interpreter, and package. So it's Jupyter. Let's see the description. Let's load the description. It's taking some time. So yeah, so you see the mail and other things and Jupyter the version, you have to install the package. So you can do pip install, but uh, okay, you can do pip install, but let's do a pip install. Okay, so pip install Jupyter. Let's see what's happened. Okay, pip install Jupyter. Okay, so it's not pip install Jupyter, it's pip install Jupyter Lab actually. So it's downloading, and it's not really a simple uh, it's not really a small one. It's almost 8 megabyte long, and I think it will take care of your things. So you can, so you see Ta-lib needs itself need a separate environment. You need to create the Jupyter environment. You need to create uh, the environment for Ta-libs, because I know already, if you install Jupyter Notebook, you will try to install Ta-libs in that environment. You already find there is some problem to actually run the code, and you cannot move forward with that things. That's why I am showing you the whole fresh up installing preparing environment with a long video, so you don't miss any of those things, and I explain part by part, and you have to follow the workflow, because if you don't have NumPy, you cannot install Ta-lib. So if you create an environment and start researching how to install Ta-lib and do the things again and again, and you get frustrated with the things, it's a simple fix, it's a workflow. And if you try to build the wheel to follow the documentation they provide, actually you can spend a lot of time. And you can build the binary using command line. If you have previous experience with create Python wheel using C library, I don't think it will be a difficult things for you to do, but that's the process I try to follow, so I can do the things. So the comment is Jupyter Notebook. If you write the comment, I believe it will take care of the things. So it will create an environment where you can start writing your code. So let's see. We don't need the wheel. Yeah, we might need that things. Okay, still I got uh, problem with the things. I don't know why. uh, oh, it's indexing. I think after indexing it will take care of the things. Even uh, so I think I'm going to delete that things. I want to create a whole new things from scratch. So I need to create a notebook to write my file. I don't have to do that things again and again, but the thing is the indexing is very important because you already uh, just download the whole lot of repository. So if you take a new file, it might, okay, so it is give you a, so you can name it and let's name AI or ML. So let's name it ML, and if we go to our Ta-lib, I think we find ML in there, and with a shell. So let's write some code in there from the previous code I have. So let's write the things. So inside your cell, just click Control Enter. Control Enter. Okay. So you need another module called ML Finance to work with so ML Finance PyPy, and you can okay, so the run, okay, it is still indexing. Let's wait some time to see its finishes indexing. Okay, I think it's done, and let's stop the environment. I just click Ctrl C to stop the environment, and let's install pip install ML Finance. And most of the things ML Finance need already come with matplotlib. Panda is there, Python there, NumPy is there, so it's very quick to install. And I believe it will also need the indexing because every time you pip install something, it's need indexing because it's come with lot of library. You see, the library is there, you just install the library, okay, and that things create lot of indexing. So when you call something, it can go there and quickly execute the code. So now I think every time you do that things, you need to do Jupyter Notebook. You need to run the Jupyter Notebook command, and it will start your browser, and inside the browser you find your file. Okay, the file ML API calling data frame wheel, you see it is the same file here. It is the same file here. So API calling data ML with, so yeah, so if you click that things, you will find uh, your notebook. So right now if you click Ctrl M, you will find all the things is good to go. So let's go to the next cell and try to grab some more code, like okay, grab some more code, like that one. We can grab that code. So let's see what it's telling us to do. So you need a, we are almost there. You need a data frame like df to do that things. We already have that things in here. So it's a data frame. We can get the data frame by writing the code. We need to execute that code. So the get data frame is not there, so what you have to do, you have to go to main or go to main, and you need to import that things. So if you import that things, and if you get the, so if you get the df, let's say df, so you have the data frame now, and now you can execute the code. Now you have all the code and the data and all the candle pattern unit. So that's it. That's a long video where I show you how you install Ta-lib, because if there is no Ta-lib, you can do all those things in the place you want to do, like Jupyter Notebook, or in an environment like Google Colab. It is very easy to do, but because of Ta-lib, it's getting difficult or harder, and I show you how to do that things. So let's begin your journey with that environment, so we can really do some machine learning.